Hi, I'm Jenny, coach and NLP practitioner, helping people live the life that they want to live, not the one that they're just tolerating. And today I'm going to talk about expectations. Yesterday morning, I woke up about quarter to six, which is normal for me. I wake up naturally. My alarm is set for 6:30, but I'm nearly always awake before then. And I lay in bed thinking, right, you're going to get up today and do stuff and be ahead of the game. And I had all sorts of things I wanted to do early. And it was like my body was stuck to the bed with magnets. I couldn't move. I just lay there thinking, I need to move. I've got all these things I want to do. I want to get them done early. And I just couldn't move. And I lay there thinking, you've got all the tools. You've listened to Mel and Robbins and her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 so many times, although I have to admit, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 has never really worked for getting me out of bed. It works for getting me to do content, making videos and those kind of things, but it doesn't actually work for getting me out of bed. I'm not really sure why, but I lay there thinking, 5, 4, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to get up. I think I counted to 4 many times and kept going, oh, I'm not getting up. And it was really stressing me out. I was getting very annoyed with myself. I now know that it could potentially be an ADHD symptom of just like your head going, you have to do all these things, and your body and your executive functioning not happening. And much as I don't have a diagnosis, my child does. And I've recognized a lot of myself in that. So I thought, okay, so potentially this is an ADHD thing. And how are you going to deal with it today? I ended up laying there in the end for 2 hours. And the thing that kind of worked was I ran through all the things I had to do in the day. And one of them was making content and doing a video for my other platforms. So I kind of got my hand and I reached out of the bed and I grabbed my phone, which again, all the experts say to live this millionaire lifestyle, you get up and you get straight out of bed and you bounce out of bed at 5 a.m. and you don't have your phone next to you. But I like to listen to Audible as I'm going to sleep. I listen to lots of motivational stuff, some meditation stuff. And maybe it's an excuse, I don't know. But I like having my phone next to me on the bed. And so I went and I grabbed my phone and I did a video on TikTok about the fact that I couldn't get out of bed. No makeup, like hair all over the place, in my pajamas, in bed. So I did this video, and because I ticked off one thing on my to-do list before my feet had even touched the carpet, I got that bit of dopamine enough to get me going for the day. And I got out of bed and it was about 8:10. So one of the things that I'm really conscious of and have become more aware of is that I don't at that point go, oh, the whole day's collapsed. I don't do that. I think, okay, I've still got a whole day ahead of me. I've got loads of hours. I can do something. Even if I only had 2 hours, I could make those 2 hours productive because I know I'd have those 2 hours. So I didn't write off the day. And I know lots of people who have challenging starts to the day then go, oh, well, that's it. The day's going to be terrible. I don't do that. So I had a really nice day. My daughter had asked me to spend some time with her. And originally, she had said about going to the cinema, but I felt that that's not really time where we're talking and she'd wanted to have a chat. So we went and had a walk and a lovely brunch. It wasn't breakfast, it wasn't lunch, we had brunch. And we had some really deep conversations about relationships, how we show up in relationships. So I know that she does listen to me sometimes, and she's got amazing thoughts of her own. I'm so proud of the way she thinks about certain things, and I go, wow, she's she's decades ahead of me in certain thought processes. So that was yesterday, and it was me spending 2 hours going, get up, just get up, just do it, just get up. Don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. How am I going to make myself get up? And sort of that whole tussle with myself of, I've got all these things to do, I want to get them done, and I can't move my body to get out of bed. And I'm a coach and I should be able to do the simple things like getting out of bed. So from yesterday of spending those 2 hours thinking, get out of bed, get out of bed, get out of bed, we get to this morning. And this morning I woke up at the same time, always wake up, and I lay there as I do. And my partner was with me this morning. So we had our morning routine, which includes cups of tea and nice things and chats. And we look at our phones and we do some scrolling. And all of our scrolling, again, as I said in the last one, lots of people say, do not have your phone in your bedroom, do not scroll. But we do lots of motivational stuff in the morning. So we do lots of motivational scrolling, and then we chat with each other about what those mean for us and how we can use them to progress ourselves and motivate ourselves. So we did that, and we got out of bed, and I went, oh, that's weird. It's exactly the same time as I got out of bed yesterday. And I was like, oh, that's really odd. Like, a totally different experience this morning, exactly the same timings. So we got up and we put our walking boots on and we went for a walk because it was beautifully and sunny this morning. And around the walk, I said, I don't understand what was different about the two things. Like, I woke up at the same time, I got up at the same time and had two completely different experiences from yesterday to today. One of the differences was that my partner was with me. So I had something to share, I guess. We were on a similar timescale and I wasn't putting my own expectations onto it. And for me, it came down to expectations. When I thought about it and I chatted with Matt about it, I said yesterday I expected that I was going to get up at a specific time and I was going to start working and I was going to do all of these things and I was going to feel easy about it and it was going to happen and it was all going to be fine. And when it didn't happen in that way that I thought about it yesterday morning lying in bed, I spent 2 hours beating myself up. Not really, but questioning myself. Get up, get up, get up. Now today, I had a completely different expectation of the start of the day. My expectation was we were going to have our usual morning routine involving coffee, and not that I drink coffee, so it was tea. He drinks coffee, and conversation and all the other fun stuff that you can do in a morning with your partner. And we got out of bed ready for the day at exactly the same time. And my expectation was completely different. It wasn't about what I thought I should be doing. We just did our morning routine. We also had a conversation about the morning routine, which was interesting. For me, it's something I've watched so many gurus talking about morning routines and so many millionaires telling me about the millionaire morning. And I've heard the get up at 5 a.m. and get working and do your meditation and do your exercise and all of these things. And yeah, I totally get it. It really, if you can do those things, it's a great thing to do. But if that's not your personality and it doesn't suit you, does that mean to say the rest of your day is written off if you don't do those things? And I think that's where people get a bit unstuck, is they think, well, okay, I haven't done the millionaire morning. I've not woken up at 5 a.m. I've not done my meditation. I've not done my walk. The day's ruined. And actually, it's not about that. It's about what you make out of each minute of the day that's important. So it's not necessarily the way you start it is great. For me, it's wake up, have a cup of tea, do the nice fun stuff that adults do, and it's so weird saying that. I love that start to the day, and none of the millionaire mindsets mention adult intimacy in the morning. And for me, it really is a great, sorry if the kids are watching this, it's a great thing to get. I feel motivated, I feel uplifted. I love those starts to the day. Oh man, is that too much information? I think it probably is, I'm sorry. And then we go for a walk, and having a walk out in the sun. If I then start working later, that's okay, because I know that I've set myself up and it's okay, and I'll get on and I'll do stuff and I'll feel motivated, I'll feel happy, I'll feel gratitude. I do a lot of my gratitude practice on my walk. Now, if I was in a 9 to 5 job or a normal office type job, I may not be able to do those sorts of things. I might not be able to have that kind of morning. Um, and sometimes with the kids, it is not that kind of morning. It is very much the other kind of morning, the one that goes all a bit wrong. Um, but again, it comes down to expectations. If I have the expectation that everything's going to go like this and then it doesn't, and everything goes up in the air and it feels horrible, it's about the expectation. So taking away expectations can lead you to having a much more fulfilling day, even if it doesn't start in the best possible way. So tell me about your expectations of your morning. I want to hear about your morning routines and how you feel about the things that you've heard about morning routines. Do you buy into them? Do you think, yep, they've actually worked for me? Or do you think, that doesn't work for me, but I feel like if I don't do that, then I'm not doing the right thing in my life to get me forward? How do you feel about it? I think time is time. It doesn't matter where that time is spent in the day, as long as you're spending it in the best and most productive way. And lying in bed for 2 hours yesterday morning, telling myself to get up, might not have been the most productive way, but it's led me to a lot of self-reflection. I've done a lot of thinking in the last 24 hours about that start, how it was good for me, how it wasn't good for me, or like just how I thought about it. And it all came down to expectations. The one thing yesterday that was different today was I expected something of myself that my body was just going, sorry, not today. But I know that just because it was sorry, not today yesterday doesn't mean to say it's going to be like that today. So I want you to have positive mornings, but if you don't have the best start or the one that you expect, how can you make that next step more positive? Expectations can get in the way of so many things in our life. I want you to look at what you're expecting and whether you're living up to it and whether that's causing a block to your happiness, your goals, and your future. And as I always say, remember to have a really powerful day in whatever way powerful means to you.